Hello and welcome everyone to our June update live stream. I hope you're enjoying everything that we've got coming to the game with all the D-Day content, of course, the big carrier rework, which of course I'm sure we will have plenty of discussion about tonight. I am not alone, of course. I am joined tonight by the final boss.
Hello, it's good to see you all again. I hope you're having an amazing Monday so far. And as has been mentioned, I'm sure we're going to have a lot to discuss today.
Yep. So
Oh, that's right. The lighting does seem off. You're right.
you're right. The lighting is off. Our bad. That's the opposite of what we need.
I just hit the wrong switch and turned the lighting completely off.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Is the sound okay? Is volume is a little low? Okay. I'm also talking a little quiet, but we'll see. I'll bump it up a little bit. How's everybody doing? Of course, the I guess elephant in the room is the carrier rework. This is still kind of a work in progress type thing. There's a reason the Ministry of Balance article is called First Wave. We expect that there's going to be changes needed, and of course, we will be keeping a very close eye on how everything is going, and taking actions based on that, and probably the future updates. Yep.
Well, so we have quite a lot to break into today. We have a lot to review, from D-Day to carriers to Provincian.
D7 Provincian.
Provincian. There's a lot coming in. So we have the first ever airstrike cruiser in the game, which is the current campaign ship that is available. This introduces a mechanic where you can designate a drop area and aircraft will perform a carpet bombing run on that designated area.
Yep.
You do have to lead it quite a bit if the target is moving, so I'm sure some of you are going to have a few practice rounds with it. But overall, it's a new addition.
Yeah.
So how it goes.
Yeah, and of course, as well, we're coming up next week is the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Of course, D-Day being this particular D-Day being the invasion of Normandy. Of course, most invasions technically have their own D-Day. That's going to so you have a D-Day for invasion of Sicily, but D-Day, as we know it, is the invasion of Normandy, and we're going to have plenty of stuff. We already have plenty of stuff in the game for it. We've got HMCS Haida, who was there. We have a special collection featuring Corbeil 44 as the final prize, and a bunch of nice information about D-Day, as well as a few frag counter skins for Nevada, for Haida, and for Corbeil 44, and as well as a bunch of small stuff and events around D-Day. So that is going to be pretty cool to see. Of course, HMCS Haida, she's finally here, and she's at tier 7.
Rocking a new frag camouflage as well.
Yep. And so she is quite the little nasty little gunboat, and with a pretty long base range, like 10.9 kilometer base range on a destroyer is pretty absurd, as well as a really good concealment of 6.6 kilometers base.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll just crack right in and look into it. So we can first we'll show the Provincian. I feel like I'm mispronouncing this every time I have an opportunity to.
Oh, you can just say like Zaven or something like that, or
Zaven.
DZP if you.
DZP. Yeah, we'll go with DZP.
Yep.
So if we go to here, we have the new campaign ship with probably unironically my favorite thing about the ship is the rotating radar dish.
The giant.
It's like the most visually satisfying element of the ship, especially when you're playing the game and you can see it up close. But overall, it has I feel like the model is really, really well made.
Yeah.
Like the ship just looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And it it just introduces a completely new gameplay element. So
it's really modern looking.
It is.
So the Desaven Provincian is well, depends on how you look at it. Is either a Desaven Provincian class or a De Ruyter class light cruiser of the Dutch Navy. They started construction on her before the war, but didn't complete her until well after the war, which is why she looks so modern. And then she saw service through the Dutch Navy, and then I think in the Peruvian Navy, one of the South American navies, she eventually served with as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, Kraken, I'll invite you to a division because we're not in a division together.
Let's take a look at the D-Day stuff real quick in the store.
Okay.
And I'll show that here. First missions. There is a very important 70% ships count mission for getting 60 wins. You can do this and you'll get a 60% coupon for any premium ship from tiers 4 to 7, except for Haida. So so that is a nice doubloon discount if you're looking for any particular ship. Also, the Silver Sentinel will give you a D-Day frag counters camo for Nevada, completely for free.
Yeah, it's a very nice looking one as well. These new frag camouflages, they're not the same green ones that have been in the Forge for a while. These are like a new sleek black looking. I'm sure we can show one for Haida actually that's available. It's a very sleek looking. It's probably one of my new favorite camouflages in the game. Actually, it's really well done.
Yeah, and they've got some like quotes and things from media and from sailors about D-Day. So like they fight for freedom, D-Day markings on the side of the ship and stuff. At the time, we didn't know it was D-Day. We just knew we had a job to do. Very common expression from many of the soldiers following the events of the day. So these are all available in the shop. Some of them have missions to go along with them. These missions have some camos and a commander crate with them. So you're not missing anything exclusive by not getting a bundle or by already having the ship in the bundle. It's just some bonuses to go along with those. Of course, Warhammer is back. Coupon works for Warhammer 40K content. Probably not. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure offhand.
To check.
Warhammer has returned, of course, so you can get Warhammer containers or the bundles for the various commanders and ships. Of course, Arthas and Justinian Lions, as well as their respective ships, Ragnarok and Ignis Purgatio, were buffed in this update, which is pretty nice. They got a huge HP buff by like 15,000 HP roughly, which is very nice to help them survive a bit longer.
And Arthas had its negative trait on its base trait reduced,
Yep.
which would previously slash the active time of a catapult fighter. It is now slightly less. I feel like this helps cruisers more than battleships.
Yeah. And also next week the Transformers will return as well. So keep an eye out for that. If you are missing any Transformers commanders like Starscream.
Okay. I feel like we should probably
try out the Zaven.
I'm sure we have some questions on how this new mechanic works for the Seven. I'm very sorry. If we have any Dutch people watching the stream and I'm crucifying this name, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. So this also comes with a new commander accompanying, which I guess I don't have my stream deck, so you're gonna have to change to my point of view.
Oh, you don't have stream deck? Okay.
No, it's
I got you. You're on your point.
I think
I'll try and get it here.
I don't know. My stream deck isn't set up properly.
There you go.
So this comes with a new commander, which is also available in the campaign, one of the earlier milestones. And it comes with a base trait that introduces several class-specific traits, similar to what we've seen with the Italian commander that increases shell grouping. But there's two, I'd say, more specific Dutch cruiser traits that come with it. The first one is each main battery shell, torpedo, or bomb hit by your cruiser resulting in damage increases subsequent damage to the same ship up to 50%. So the way this works is every time you hit something and you deal damage with that hit to a target, you will then gain plus 1% increased damage against that target with future hits. And this can stack up to 50%. So if you land 50 hits on a target that deal damage, you will now permanently, for the rest of the battle, continue to deal plus 50% damage against that target. It's not the whole team. It marks targets specifically. So you could theoretically have 10% on one target, 15% on another, 20% on another, and it will stack against each target individually. So it is quite a strong skill.
Yep.
Especially when you pair it with the airstrikes where there's several bombs doing hits, and you also have quite a relatively fast-firing main battery. I think my reload is like 5.5 seconds. This will begin to add up and accumulate quite quickly.
Yep.
So when you have, your HE alpha might be a bit lacking, but it will progressively build up as you work the skill. And
Yep.
then air support, which reduces your airstrike cooldown time. And the special effect, I remember when we were discussing this with testers, there was some different opinions on how it worked. So I'll make it clear here. Every other airstrike cooldown only takes 1 second. So what this means is when you deploy an airstrike and it's reloading, it will only take 1 second to give you an additional strike for free. So every other reload will give you a free drop.
Yep. Yep.
I'm probably wording this really badly, but it's best to just try it and see for yourself, and you'll recognize how the skill works quite quickly.
Yep. So the ship itself, Disabling Provincian, is not particularly exceptional in any one area. Well, except maybe concealment. Her concealment's quite good, but like armor protection, it's a light cruiser. Can't expect from anything much. The armament is only 8 152 millimeter guns, but she has the new airstrikes, which are extremely potent if you can land a hit with them. You will, if you are fighting against a DZP, keep an eye on the sky.
Yep.
The side note with her main guns, she does get the 30 millimeter HE penetration for 152 millimeter guns, which means that she can deal with cruisers with her HE pretty consistently, but will still struggle with battleships. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've done enough talking. We'll just crack in and show you.
Sounds good. Can we try a carrier? Yeah, we will be playing carriers. We've got plenty to go through. So.
We have a lot of content to show today.
Trump and Groningen also have airstrike. If you're talking about PC ships, Trump does, but Groningen does not.
Okay, there's a lot of questions regarding the carrier buffs, so we'll just kind of be very quick with an answer here. This is the first iteration of changes. We intend to review the data and keep a very close eye on player feedback and make further changes. This is not the only set of changes the carriers will see. There will be future iterations. This is not their final form. This is a testing phase for us.
Yep. So the airstrike here, as you can see, it's essentially it's like using a torpedo. So instead of torpedoes, whenever I hit Y on my configuration, I get this other overhead view, and when I aim, I get the full overhead view of airstrikes. Maximum range here is about 12 kilometers for me, but it'll be 14 seconds for them to reach the target. You're probably better with these things than I am. So.
We'll see. I mean, I did a few waves of testing with them before release, but they saw quite a lot of changes in their time. What we're going to say about here?
When are the LTCVs back for rent? So we ran into technical issues with having LTCVs for rent, and so whenever we resolve that issue, then I could see them being returned at that point. So until that issue is resolved, they will be out of the store.
So it's important to note that airstrike aircraft do not spot. So you have to have like spotting through other means. Like your team may have to be spotting the target in order to drop them. That looks like I've missed again. Yep. So they're not. There is a bit of a learning curve with them. They're not like you're not just going to hit everything. I'm sure there are definitely people who will find it easier to hit than what I'm doing here. But you do have to accommodate for that really kind of large flight time where they're traveling over to the target. So right now I'm striking behind Rich, which means that my skill will be accumulating hits against this target and buffing further damage. So
I got a couple of bomb hits on him.
yeah, he just hit me quite hard.
I'm spotted visually, so I think there's a destroyer outside A somewhere.
I think I'm dead here. I think caught me out in the open. No, okay, fine. I think you have more going on for you right now. I'm just trying to dodge. Just dodging shells, trying to go dark. Sub over.
Yeah, if you're good at hitting hitting with the airstrikes, you can get a lot of damage out of them. More agile opponents and smaller targets might be more difficult to hit with it, though.
I feel like a lot of use with them is when it comes to like striking smoke screens, or if there's a target sitting behind an island. It's a really good way of kind of
Yeah, especially like if somebody beaches in front of you, it like these things will destroy a beached ship. So
I turned left instead of right, and I got myself quite isolated now.
yeah, this wagon is pushing up. Let's see. It's just like it's ready to go.
Yeah, he hit me for a huge amount of damage earlier.
Yeah, he did send torpedoes. I might be able to. I think he's got me.
You're dropping grenades, man.
Yep. Torpedo or the Achilles gun. Okay.
I'm so
Cameras
low
on
on
you?
health. I'm just trying to I'm trying to like play passive and get my heals off because I got hit for a huge amount of my health at the start. I might be dead.
Is there any historical connection of the Dutch Navy and airstrikes? I can't think of any in particular. You guys are butchering the Dutch names? Yes.
We absolutely are.
We don't speak Dutch. We're not Dutch.
We're trying.
It's some of the pronunciation in Dutch is difficult for English speakers to perform, and so we apologize for any butchering that happens with names.
Mm-hmm. What's the plan for now? Useless fighter plane consumable again. Like I feel like this is going to be like a really repetitive point, but this is the first wave of changes. Kind of like this is more the introduction of fuel, of flight range, of the spotting changes. Like if something's the balancing and everything, it's coming in several waves. We're looking at what the impact is. We're looking at player feedback, and that will fuel further changes for the future waves.
Yep. When is the second wave then? Can't talk about potential future content is the classic, like when is something coming? But I would expect it in the coming updates.
Yes.
With plural updates.
The team, like this
they'll be working on it.
Indeed a focus point for some of the team, and they're looking at the feedback, they're looking at the data, and keeping a close eye on it.
Nope. Oh, the video promoting Disaven Prevention. Yeah, the pronunciation from.
The voice actor tries his best.
Yeah,
okay.
he does a pretty good job most of the time.
Can you imagine, like you're doing
like,
voiceovers
because when it comes, put yourself in the voice actor shoes for a minute here, and because the voice actors are usually like contractors, so like they will get work sent to them, they perform it, and then it goes into the void back, and so they usually don't have a whole lot of context about what they're talking about. So they get this name in some other language, and they have to figure out roughly how to pronounce it or provide a few different options of pronunciation, and they do their best. They're not always.
He's a good VO. Like
he's good.
He's good in our trailers. I
Yep.
feel like he does a really good job. It's
Yep.
just we all like. I mean, if you can come in this chat and say you can perfectly pronounce all 400 or 500 ships in our game with no mispronunciations,
That would be impressive.
that would be impressive. Yeah, like
Yeah. So, but anyway, let's try out Haida.
Haida.
Yep.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like 2 people playing destroyers might not be.
Oh yeah. We can.
I'll just jump in like a cruiser or something.
Or you can jump into CV if you want.
I could jump in a CV, sure.
Take out Haida.
Just,
So here's the build I'm running on Haida. Running Leonard W. Murray, who is a Canadian commander, with Vincent Mordoff and William Sims. Bay might be a better choice than Mordoff, but I want the reload time. Burn it down, look at me now, second thought for a little bit of extra reload mainly. Reaching out for just some more main battery range, and of course, unstoppable. And then running a pretty standard consumable upgrade setup.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to keep it with the chat because we can see our Twitch and YouTube chats all in one thread here. Are there any chances the old Halloween patch rescue party will ever be available again? I mean, there's no plans to bring it back right now. I feel like the time to ask for that would be like a couple months before Halloween, maybe. But
Yep.
I don't think it wouldn't just come back without having a reason. It would have to be like Halloween themed or something.
Yeah. The not being able to spot torps from a plane is kind of crazy. So when you're at low altitude in a plane, you can see a torp pretty easy. When you're at high altitude, you really can't. But even if we just disregard the realism argument, not being able to, or like planes not spotting torpedoes has been fundamental plane feature on PC for a very long time now. And it's kind of something that we've intended to make the change of for quite a long time as well. But had to kind of wait for a large CV change like this to implement it. The problem with having planes spotting torpedoes is more of a fundamental one where we want that role to be taken up by ships and sonar more so than by aircraft. And from a game overarching fundamental game design perspective. So some of you may not agree with it, or maybe it's just a case of change is new and confusing. In which case, I perfectly understand that, but. It's actually designed to make sonar more useful. In a way, yeah. It absolutely increases the demand for sonar, which is an indirect buff for German battleships because they almost all have sonar. So what is the role of the CV now? The primary role of CV is going to be harassment and damage dealing at this point, but we might see that evolve in the future. Who knows?
I just got completely obliterated by freezing. Where is that?
Haida has a crawling smoke, so I'm just going to start gunboating as Amalfi. Yeah.
making my life hard.
So I'm gonna be radar spotted. Crap. No, this is a misplay.
They're pushing really hard on this side as well. I'm trying to hide behind the rock. But like that reason, I can't move my aircraft out because he's within AA range of basically where I am. So the moment I launch aircraft,
Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. I should have expected him to be there.
I need to reposition very quickly.
Now let's hear the history of Haida. Okay, so HMCS Haida is a tribal class destroyer that was built in Canada. She was built with the upgrades that the tribals got later on. So she never had the full 8-gun tribal layout, only the 6-gun with the AA mount. And that's the form that she takes place in game in. She of course saw service throughout the war as convoy escort duty, harassment stuff, and most notably she was there during the D-Day operations and Operation Neptune, taking part later on, I think it was on June 22nd or June 18th. Later on, there's a more to the west and southwest from the Normandy area. She takes part in the Battle of Ushant against 3 German destroyers and a German torpedo boat, alongside HMCS Huron, as well as the Wiskiewicza and Purin, and Ashanti and Tartar. She successfully sinks Z-32. Well, sinks, completely disables, and Z-32 beaches herself on the shore and is out of the war, and participates in sinking of ZH-1 and several destroyers. So Haida is the fightingest ship in the Canadian Navy, and is preserved as a museum ship to this day in excellent condition in, I think it's Hamilton. Vickers built. It might be Vickers built, not Canadian built. So, but it was built for the Canadians, so specifically for the Canadian Navy. She's slightly different from the other tribal class destroyers in that she's either a meter longer or her superstructure is a meter longer, but she has an air conditioning unit added in so that she can survive in the northern Atlantic conditions, where her crew is more comfortable.
Boss, how did you plan yourself already? I had a Friesland that was parked perfectly outside of my spotting range. So the moment I launched aircraft, I would lose like 4 or 5 of them from takeoff, basically. So they got me that way. But the Friesland went down, and I can now start, leaving my spawn at this point. It's a bit tough. Did no one tell you to avoid the Friesland? I mean, no, but I'm aware. It's like I said, I took off from my flight deck and it was in freezing range.
Just give the Italian cruisers stoner. No, I don't think I will. Flip, how can I buy Warhammer 40k commanders on PlayStation? So they're going to be in the in-game store. And if you go to the special section, it's part of the special section. It's a second tab in the special section. I don't think you can buy the individual commanders, but you can. But you need to. So you need to either get them in the bundles with their ship, or you can get them from the containers. Or the Transformers commanders, they will not be appearing until next week, June 3rd. Sorry, yeah, I think June 3rd. Yeah, June 3rd. 4K 60 FPS PlayStation this decade. Like that's something that we're still working on. We want it to happen, but there's very clearly some kind of technical limitations that we're running into, and so we're working on it still. It's not abandoned. Is Friesland ever going to get the Dutch voice lines? I don't. That's a feedback item that we will be pushing because Friesland should at least have the Dutch voice lines. So hopefully she will get them, but can't say for certain. What's the point of fighter plane on regular ships now? So fighter plane will help protect you a little bit from enemy aircraft. They will shoot down one plane from the incoming squadron, and that's the main purpose of fighter planes in regular ships right now. You can also use it to activate Arthas's inspiration if you implement that into your build. So we're aware that that's a quite limited role for them to be performing right now. So it's one of the things that we will be looking at.
I'm basic D-plane at this point. All I can do is cycle half squadrons and...
Fighter kills one plane? Yes. Yes, it kills one plane.
I'm surprised these two haven't just pushed. Am I going to hit both with that weird torpedo spread?
Wow.
What are the odds of that? I get the worst dispersion possible for the torpedoes and it hits both.
You'll...
Huge fleet, huh? Yeah, so I've got no one in it yet. It's I intend to. It's the Charles Hughes fleet, and for fleet battles, we're going to try and have a team full of Charles Hughes and get a few wins.
When will CVs come to mobile? There's no announcement as to when, other than that it's going to be happening. It was teased in the CV rework video, and so of course we will be looking for that feature.
Okay.
Nope. What do we want to play now? We're going to do another Da Vincian or...
You could, yeah. I mean...
Da Vincian.
Kind of want to, like, carry a game of, like, Lexington.
Okay. I'll take Dezaven. Yeah, she looks mint. Yeah, Haida is in excellent condition. She's one of the best maintained museum ships in the world, I would say. And even her engineering room is like in very, very, very good condition. She very clearly has museum staff that have both the funding to take care of her and the willpower to do so. How come you didn't use the airstrike mechanic for CVs?
It's a good question. It's more a case of gameplay variety, I believe.
Yeah, it's like I think from a personal opinion, if I was playing a carrier and was limited to only using the airstrike mechanic, it would be pretty boring to play. And what I mean is that like if that's the only thing I'm doing the whole game, it's not going to be very interesting. What makes Dezaven Provincian interesting is that it has that in addition to its regular armament, and carriers are not set up for that, if that makes sense. Is there a way to tell what camos I have for ships I don't own? There is currently no way in game to tell. Mr. Starter, did you say anything about D-Day content? Yes, we covered it a little bit at the start of the screen. If you have a specific question about it, we can also answer that too. Ask away.
Oh, Siegfried. Oh no.
Let's see. What did the D in D-Day stand for? Nothing really. It's like the second B in BB, or the second D in Destroyer, or for DD. It doesn't really stand for anything. Does Haida get good AP? She gets standard destroyer AP, so that's not one of her characteristics. Her high explosive has quite high alpha damage for a gun of that size, and so she's more of an HE slinger overall. I probably should have popped DFA for that. That's a sideline, okay.
Motorversterking geactiveerd.
Yoink. Oh, hi, Venom. Come on, turrets. Give me. There we go.
I have a destroyer right here. That's the problem.
In normale staat van paraatheid.
I know that Benham just beached. Right about here.
I need to move. That destroyer is like
Vijandelijke kruisers gedetecteerd.
right on me.
I missed. Okay. There he is. I missed again.
In comparison to like Graf Zeppelin, Lexington aircraft are really slow.
Yeah, Graf Zeppelin aircraft are lightning fast.
Yeah, they're really rocket fast in comparison.
Yeah, move towards Alpha. Help these guys out.
Feels like a different game when you play from Graf Zeppelin to.
Will the Friesland be transferred to the Dutch nation, or will it stay stay in the European nation? Friesland will, or Friesland's would be very unlikely to see her be transferred to the Dutch nation. So she will likely stay stay with the pan-European nation. Sure, the Netherlands are part of Europe, so it's okay for her to be there. Of course, it's not optimal, but she came before the Dutch nation did, so it's fairly unlikely to see her move.
Ons team heeft de leiding genomen.
Modified Richelieu.
Also, this airstrike airstrike mechanic is calling for a depth charge airstrike. What purpose would we have for a depth charge airstrike? There's no plans for submarines. Is there a possibility that Italy gets their World War II CV as a premium ship like Zeppelin? There's always a possibility. Yeah. Yeah, the coupon cannot be used on Haida.
Anyway, carriers over on left side we see. not even going to have the fuel to make it over, I don't think. Close. Only one strike.
There's not no plans to announce subs. There are no plans for subs. Period.
I mean,
Like at this time, there are no plans for
it's,
subs.
it's the case of never say never, but like we can confidently say right now, like they're just not on the cards. They're not on our radar right now.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows years from now, but right now they're not on our cards.
Yeah. Can you get the liveries, etc., for Texas if you already own them? There isn't liveries for Texas. So the liveries are for Nevada, Haida, and I'm drawing a blank. And Corbeil 44. Those are the special D-Day
I think
liveries.
Corbeil 44 comes with it on.
Yeah. Corbeil 44 comes with it. Nevada, you can earn through the mission chain that's in everybody's assignments. And Haidas you can get from the store.
Oh, there's a DD right there. Look at that. You got Dancing in the Moonlight still stuck in your head.
I do have Dancing in the Moonlight stuck in my
I
head.
can hear you humming it.
Yeah, let's go over to you. You have a little bit more excitement going on.
Not really. I'm flying across the whole map, but because the planes are quite slow, I'm like burning a big portion of my fuel before I get to start doing the drops. Is there DD still chilling in here? Like being chill? See if he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's there. Look at that drop. I really want to get this DD.
Can you apply the discount coupon on an already discounted ship? I'm not sure offhand. Yeah, Haida can be bought individually for 17,500 doubloons, like a regular tier 7 premium ship. So you do not have to get her in a bundle. Why don't we have a devlog like PC? We've tried it a few times and find that the format doesn't work very well for us. Partially because, like, the way that our development and delivery goes is not the same as PCs, as well as, like, whenever we announce something in the dev log, it's often taken as a, like, set-in-stone promise, whenever it's not intended to be that way. And so we don't like making something that could be perceived as a promise and then taking that away later.
Unfortunately, I played a bit silly. I sailed in and the DD just came for me.
Yeah.
So. I know I haven't been answering any questions. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to my game.
No worries.
CVs at Legendary Tier were taken out for rentals.
So no, the rental legendary tier CVs or situation is a technical reason. There was an error occurring whenever you tried to rent the legendary tier CVs, which was not allowing you to rent them. And so until that error is fixed, they're not going to be in the store. It's nothing to do with their current performance. What's the possible probability of getting a premium IGN gunboat DD? Another one? There's a few of them. Both of the Yukikazes are very potent gunboats, as well as the Hayate is a very good option for a Japanese gunboat. Yep.
Bane my existence, Lan Shimakaze.
Will secondaries become better? We buffed secondaries last update through the properly ridiculous skill.
That was a pretty big buff as well.
Yep. As for buffing their performance in some way or another, or ships that have them, there are currently no plans.
If the CV changes goes well, would that mean the possibility of more future CVs? I mean, like, there's always the possibility of more CVs coming, but like we said, this isn't the final changes. Like, this is the first iteration of changes. We're going to be reviewing data, we're going to be checking feedback, and that's going to fuel further changes to carriers.
Sorry, Strasbourg. Wait, That is stressful.
Will AA become better on ships with bad AA performance? I think rather than seeing a buff to the AA of all 500 ships in a game, it's more likely to see a health reduction of aircraft on carriers. It's a more direct approach to the solution. But again, we're reviewing data, we're reviewing feedback, and we're making changes based on that. So if we see there's something that needs addressing, it'll be addressed. It's the first day of the update. Like we're just seeing the reception, we're seeing the feedback, we're seeing the data.
Is there any chance of possibility of getting an island camouflage for a Dutch ship? For those who are not in the know, there was a minesweeper who got stuck in the Pacific, basically surrounded by the Japanese Navy, and decided to disguise themselves as an island, and successfully did so, managing to get back to Allied waters through the ruse. But that was a minesweeper, so we wouldn't be able to mimic the ship exactly and the camo exactly, but we might be able to be inspired by it and do that at some point in the future. But no plans, of course, right now.
There's quite a lot of comments about carriers doing a lot of damage or them being strong. Again, like
We'll be keeping an eye on everything.
like we see your comment. Like if I'm not replying to your comment, it's because I've already answered something of very similarity very shortly ago, right? Again, if carriers are performing too well or they're too strong or anything like that, we will look at them and we will make further changes. It's day one of the update. There's a lot of surprise factor going in. You know, you guys are seeing them for the first time and trying them for the first time. First iteration. Just
I completely missed that. Going a lot faster than I expected him to be.
they might nerf them in 3 years' time. If
Yeah.
they're overperforming, it won't be 3 years.
Yeah.
Could say that.
Yeah. Didn't Turpits hide with foliage a few times? Yep. As well as Turpits also had a camouflage that's really cool, where they basically painted the side of the ship to look like the windows and like houses and stuff like this, so that she would blend in to the city that was behind her as she was docked. And that was a really cool camouflage that I would like to see at some point. Oh, I didn't get it. Siege. What are you feeling?
Right, okay, I'm at a point where I can really play whatever. So we've shown the airstrike mechanic. Neither of us are particularly potent with it. I'm sure there's absolutely going to be some players out there that after a couple hours will just become giga cracked at the airstrikes.
Yup.
It'll be interesting to see. But like we're not versed by any means in this.
Do we have Corbeil 44?
I believe I gave it to us.
Let's check. We do.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
let's give that a shot.
sure.
No, I gotta go do the meme speed build Corbeil, as like anachronistic as that is.
So Kobe 44, I guess I feel like I'll show this. So this is the reward ship for the current collection that was released. It comes with the frag camo, so you have a tier 3 ship with a frag camo now. If this is where you're going to see the SEAL clubbers coming out, I think. You see a Kobe 44 with like 1,000 kills, you're like, ah. Again, it has the really cool designs with the, they fight not for the lust of conquest and victory and like all the kind of quotes wrote along it. They fight to liberate, they fight to end conquest, and so on. And the D-Day on the top of the funnel. This is for this current collection, which is the D-Day collection.
Yeah.
You can complete missions to earn containers. I wonder if I have any from just playing on stream. Let's have a look.
Yep. Just a carbon copy with frag camos slapped on it. Yeah, it's exactly the same as regular Corbeil.
So I have one of the containers.
But-
So
Yeah, it's the same as regular Corbeil, except this one earns premium earnings.
yeah, so I've received a collection card. So now if I go to my collection, I can see the card here, and I flip it over. And just like bingo, you complete a row, you get a reward. You complete the whole grid, you get the ship.
Yep.
So each row, so the top row gives accommodations, mid row gives a French commander crate, bottom row insignia. All of them Core Bait 1944. And you would have also, with this update, we introduced the duplication conversion to credits, where if you have completed a full collection and you still had duplicates, those would have been converted to credits. You would have received a pop-up notification when you first opened the game. And I believe any future duplicates you receive, you'll also get an additional pop-up confirming the conversion rate. So now these have been converted to credits if you have extras. I don't have the conversion rate on the top of my head. I think it's like 125,000 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I need to do my commander builder real quick, bear with me.
Will the special ship camos come back to the store like the Bismarck's Last Conquest? That's a feedback item, of course, that we're in support of. The with certain like historical event camouflages, I would expect those probably would be more aligned to reappear during the events surrounding them. So for like Bismarck Last Conquest and Hood, would be probably like more of a May type of thing. But in terms of getting them all to return to the store, I don't think that that's likely. So.
$25K per duplicate. So I was right
Yeah.
then. It is
Yep.
25,000. Okay, thank you. That helps.
Yep.
C huge. Charles huge. I'm excited for these fleet battles. It's gonna be funny. I wonder how many Tiger 59s or Charles Hughes you're gonna see in fleet battles just for the funny.
Will Legends ever receive Airstrike Modification 1? I don't think there's any plans for that, at least at the moment. But of course, at the moment, it's just as Evan Provencion. So.
Oh, I just realized we have the camera on our faces.
Oh, yep. I love, like, these aren't necessarily pretty ships, but I love the mast with the huge, like, T-pose antenna on it. Or line, I'm not sure what they would call that. But
Will there be any commanders affiliated with airstrikes as a base skill for the inspiration? I mean, we do already have an airstrike affiliated commander.
yeah, Kyle
Dolman.
Dolman.
Yeah.
Also, side note, Louis Dufournet will essentially double stack with his Evan Provincian. He will increase your HE shell damage as well as your HE bomb damage. So I am running him. So do recommend trying out Dufournet if you want to maximize your airstrike potential.
This goes on broadside to an engine core. Oh no. Done.
Commonwealth get a destroyer commander for Haida. No plans for that. Question: Louis the French DD commander? Yes, he will. Or the Louis Dufournet, will influence your airstrike damage.
Just be careful that engine core.
Yeah, he's
Bit of
gonna
angle,
ruin me. Yeah, but there's not exactly much I could do. He's faster than I am probably, or at least as fast as I am. So it's fight the Agent Core. Will the Commonwealth line be expanded more? Perhaps in the future. PC does have a line of Commonwealth cruisers. They've either been added or are in the process of being added. So we could potentially see that in the far future sometime.
That Danae is coming to like try and top you, I believe. Go left, careful. It's coming around the island.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's coming through. He's full sending it. He's really full sending it.
He's going to have some regrets here in a minute,
Yeah.
but he might get some torpedoes off.
It's a very bold play today.
Oh yes, the negotiator.
Imagine Cross broadside is on it.
Used car salesman slaps the Dan Egg Citadel. Backing up means that destroyer is no longer spotted, but oh well.
Objective is contested. So I think it's the battleship.
Oh. Well,
My final
such is
message.
life. This is my final message.
Save the world.
Save the world.
Goodbye. Oh, I have the commander lets me switch shells very quickly. So low to the water though. I feel like even with shell switching. Oh, carriers gonna hit me here. Oh. Are they gonna arm? No. I was gonna say I was awfully close. He's like traveling faster than my gun traverse. Come on!
Welcome to Tier 3 Battleship Life.
What? Good.
You can do it.
And then they all it's okay. What? I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it, whatever. Secondaries, go. Go secondaries. Priority sector. I can just whip it around Tokyo Drift and get my back guns up. Let's see. Oh no, now I'm turning quicker than my guns can counter rotate. Okay.
Oh, Neil.
Now I can't shoot them at all. Okay, I'm gonna stop turning. Come on, please.
Might be worth running the turret traverse mod.
Yeah. Come on.
I believe.
Get in. Please, guys, please.
There we go.
Whoa.
Nice.
And I can turn to avoid those. Yeah. There we go.
Any goodies for the community today to get? Nothing in the live stream, but there might be something on social media, but I'm not sure. Usually goodies are going to be on our social media channels, so make sure you're following our Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, whichever is most comfortable for you.
This carrier keeps dropping torpedoes within the guaranteed arming distance, so they're hitting me, but they're not damaging me because they're not arming.
There is a bug in the crate mission. An alternative option is to pump up a ship in a nation where there are no such ships at all. I'm not sure. Can you tell me which specific nation that is, or which specific mission that is? HMCS Ontario, the Canadian Minotaur. That Ontario is a different Minotaur class. It would be more similar to a Fiji. It's part of the Swiftsure subclass.
Come on, let me get the objective cap. There we go.
Twitter, what's that? I will call it Twitter until you can no longer navigate to it by typing in Twitter.
Boomer Blip. He doesn't want to call it X. Is there just a carrier like at the back here, just chilling? I feel like there is, just way at the back in the corner.
Will we ever get the Tone, Japanese cruiser, since the implement of the Dutch cruisers? The implementation of the airstrike feature would allow us to put that onto Tone, but I don't think there's any plans for that at the moment.
Yeah, he's just chilling over there. Okay.
Canada had a navy. I thought it was just snow up there. Yes.
Canada.
Yes.
Where is Canada? Please enlighten me.
Canada is like probably an insulting term, but it's a. I've heard it used in America several times. Use it as a sort of meme word, I guess. But Canada absolutely did have a navy. By the end of World War II, Canada's navy was the third largest on Earth, and they provided extreme support with the Atlantic convoys and anti-submarine warfare.
Please, guns, just
Yeah.
get them.
The Canadian Navy were some of the most aggressive submarine hunters of the entire war.
I just want to get the carrier for the points, because that's like 100 and what, 150 points if you kill a carrier? That basically-
I think it's the same as a battleship. I'm not sure though.
It's still not moving. It's just. I shouldn't ricochet. There's no way I should bounce my carrier. I think. Yeah.
Oh lord. Who can drink 5 liters of petrol and not get ill? Jerry can. That's a good one.
Like, just. You can hit with his top. No. The arming range again. Okay, I'm gonna start turning around.
AK-47 on all Russian ships. There's probably only a couple ships that we have in the game that would make sense for an AK-47 to exist on, and I'm not even quite sure of that because I don't know my AK in Russian Navy service history. So
What? Did he kill him? I turned away. I was confident I was gonna get him. Oh, it's gonna take another shell. Okay. Come on. Oh, the Hail Mary shots. Okay. Come on. Oh, okay, they didn't kill him. I was gonna say, like. He's gonna get him? There we
there
go.
we go. Has Stuka Siren been removed from Graf Zeppelin? I don't think so. But if there was a modification that during this update that caused that to happen, please file that in our bug reports, and we'll see about fixing that. There were a lot of changes to all the different carriers throughout this update, so if something like that fell through the cracks, it's entirely possible. I'm not going to deny it. So if you know if that's the case, then send us a video and bug reports, and we'll get on it.
I think his carrier play is obviously new, but he's definitely got the dive bombers down. Like, he's hitting me in the correct spot with the dive bombers. So, prop. I see people making fun of the carrier. I mean, guys, come on, we're playing tier 3. Like, if there's going to be a new player learning carriers, it's going to be this tier they're doing it. Like, let's cut the guys some slack.
Oh no. So Arkansas versus a carrier. We all know how this is going to go. Arkansas being a battleship with no anti-aircraft defenses. So would you agree that it's kind of more important now than ever for DDs to spot? Yeah. So the spotting role is going to be well, more or less thrust upon the destroyers to fulfill. Of course, any ship in the game can spot themselves, but DDs are going to be the best at doing that. Will there ever be a mode without carriers? Ranked, Brawl, Arena, these modes all currently do not have carriers in them. Um, Need to up the XP for spotting like on PC. Any plans for that? I think no plans at the moment. Any plans for working on AA guns graphics? Also no plans at the moment. Part of that is going to be performance related for Generation 1 PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones, which are still totally a thing. Players are still happily using their PlayStation 4s, and more power to them. For consoles like that, adding additional animations for small objects is quite intensive and reduces their performance. Warspite does not have a kill counter camouflage for her, so there is not a D-Day kill counter for Warspite. Only for Haida, Nevada, and still can't remember, and Corpay 44.
Okay. I mean, it's a good game for play.
Sounds good. Yep.
How much time do we have?
We got plenty of time. It's 6:10.
Okay.
Texas too? No, Texas does not. Haida, Corpay 44, and Nevada. These three.
Are you going to add a fleet battles tab in the service record? I mean, there isn't any plans to right now. Like, I know we've said it. Like, fleet battles is kind of in its early testing. Like, there's more we want to do with it. We brought it back for another season. It's a different tier, different environment. We're going to get a bit more data and kind of work with it again. But we do have more plans for things to do with fleet battles. It's just right now it's just the mode itself.
Yeah. No Belfast, Warspite, Arkansas, and Blizzard, Texas. No. Haida, Corpay 44, and Nevada. Just those three. Play buffed Ignis Purgatio. That's not a bad idea. We could play the
we could play
the
Warhammer
Ignis and the Ignis and Ragnarok. Which one do you want? Do you want the R-Test funny mode?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I'm one of the few people who just doesn't actually know anything about Warhammer lore. Like, every time someone starts talking about it, I just mellow out because they talk about it so much.
Oh, I don't know about Warhammer lore either.
I would
so.
like the only thing I know about Warhammer lore is that robots are not well appreciated because of something in history. So now they take humans whenever they've broken the law, and they just it's like,
Yeah,
congratulations,
servitors,
you've
yeah.
been promoted to operating door. Now you are just a door. Like, your brain powers the opening and closing of a door or something like that.
Yup. I'll do Ragnarok, and then Ignis is US. So that's UK.
You're right. Yeah.
Bro, what? I was under the impression there were comments for the ships. Sorry if you got that impression. We'll have to improve on that in the future. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's right. If you use RTAS with Ignis, you cannot use the MBRB.
Yep.
Such is life.
Unfortunate.
They're just premium Nagatos. They received some more specific changes this time. So Ragnarok is now the AP focused one, which has better AP performance and also slightly short fuse AP shells with a 0.0028 second fuse time, which is less than normal but more than a short fuse, and which means that if you combine it with, is it Arpeggio Yamato, you can get it down to like 0.02 seconds. It's a very nice AP fuse.
MBRB when? They have MBRB. Both of them have MBRB.
I'm not sure if Ignis has it, but I know Ragnarok has.
I've
Oh, you're running
literally
it?
just
Okay.
equipped NBRB to my
Yeah.
Ignis.
So I'm running Catapult Fighter because I'm running Artis. Artis has been buffed to where it's even more useful.
Yeah.
Does Ignis have US dispersion? Both of them do.
So I'm running an accuracy build, somewhat like a shell group and Sigma build, with main battery lead booster. I have one charge of it on my Ignis.
Yep.
Will the fleet battle from 5 participants be increased to 7 or 9 eventually? I'd say it's very unlikely right now. Believe it or not, like the mode didn't have as high popularity as people thought, like as perceived. I mean, it had a lot of participation, but not anywhere near as much as the other modes. I think one of the difficulties of fleet battles for people is getting 5 people together all at the same time to play, because you require a full division all within the same fleet. Increasing that count would ultimately just raise the bar for entry-level requirement to play, and it would further reduce participation more. All in all, I think 5v5 is a good point. It's a competitive count. I mean, you have ranked and other things within this area. Like, there's enough people to have team coordination, but not too many where it gets hectic. And when it's 5v5, everyone kind of has a big role to play. Like, if you die early game in a 5v5,
We are bottom tier, so careful.
okay.
Borodino is still in the void, so no news on her.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being pushed by something. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you in.
Friesland over here.
However, now officers can ignite fleet battles. So the leader, deputy leaders, and officers all start fleet battles.
Yep, which should make everything easier.
So it's not just the leader and the 2 deputies anymore, because that was a feedback point that we received. Like, people wanted to allow most of their members to begin fleet battles, and if one of those 3 people weren't online, it wasn't possible. But now, if you promote people to officers, they can like create a division and ignite the group in.
Yep.
Yep.
Come on, it's not spotted. There he is. Okay. Back out of here. Nice big hit.
If only the fleets are active, then they can participate. Like, yeah, that's kind of the point. You have to have a team of 5.
I've made the critical error. Well, I'm out of range though. I'm okay. I've beached in front of a Dishaven, but he is far enough away to where I'm not safe, but I'm safe from his bombers.
Just completely whiffed that shot.
Take out the Heinrich.
I gotta get sorry out. There we go.
Nope. Okay, I need to get in gear and try and get out of range of this Friesland if I can. I want to shoot the Heinrich, just to get rid of him.
I'm shooting him as well.
He's gone. Can I get away from this Friesland?
Oh no, I got master shoot my broadside. Oh well. He just hit me, dev struck me from like basically full health.
Yeah.
I was turning around, master come out, got detected
still-
on my broadside. And that was
Yeah,
it.
it's still a Nagato hull. If you get caught out by an
Definitely.
American battleship, especially at long range, the
Yeah.
plunging fire is just going to destroy you. So,
Being down tiered against the master is unfortunate.
but he's giving me the broadside right now. So,
Since we've gotten a legendary gem on BB and GD, will we in the future possibly get a legendary gem? Preferably Hindenburg. Possibly.
ouch.
Sorry, mates, for dev strike. Was it you that got me with the dev strike?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Zarya's painkiller. Yeah.
Yeah, rip.
No worries.
Good job.
You're just
got me.
you're just playing the game, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We're down tiered. I wasn't as answering questions and not paying attention, and I look back at my screen and I see a master on my broadside. I'm like, oh, I called it before the shells hit me. I was like, all right, goodbye.
This is my final message.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Okay.
Any chance we can see Scharnhorst 43 or Brandenburg B for Black Friday? I mean, like, we don't really talk about future content in general. Like, we can't really answer questions. If it's a crystal ball question, we can't really answer it, I'm afraid.
Oh, that was a complete whiff. This is my final message.
Yeah, is it the same messer?
Save the world.
It's the same guy. He just got both of us.
Nah, he played that well. So
He literally one-shot me from basically full health. I reading chat, looked back at my screen. I'm like, oh, there's a messer there now. Oh dear. Yeah.
what's one collab you would like to have? Unfortunately, we can't answer a question like that because the like if we were to answer that question, we would probably there's a possibility that we'd shoot any chances we would ever have with said collab. So, unfortunately, can't answer that. Although we absolutely have one.
Yeah, like there is one that both me and
it's the same one for the both of us.
me and Blip universally agree on one that we really want. So I'm sorry, like although we probably really want to answer your question, we're
We
not
cannot.
going to because we also don't want to shoot the chances of it. So
Yep.
My Little Pony from Captain Brian. I mean, would you really want a My Little Pony collab? Like, quite a bold choice.
I want to play Venezia.
Boss has been distracting driving takeaways boat. Oi, mate, have you got a license for that boat? My Little Pony confirmed. No. Care Bears collab. God, you guys are really pushing it.
Yep.
Care Bears, Barbie, My Little Pony. I mean, can you imagine?
I'll take-
Legendary tier.
Yeah, I'll take midweight.
Okay. What am I going to play? Always in a lot of AA, to be honest. Or maybe, what do I want to play?
I need to hear Kayaba say I'm a third-rate captain with a fourth-rate ship.
I don't know what to play. Maybe Columbo? Yeah, we can Columbo go. With the cool Roman skin.
Alright.
Fuel mechanic on CVs is awful. Only got time for one attack. Well, then move your CV closer to the battle. And
Yep.
you will get more than one attack.
Yep. The purpose of the fuel mechanic change is to encourage CVs to be closer to the battle, which makes them more vulnerable and easier to target
Yeah,
for players.
it's like
It's intentional.
it's a choice. It's a risk versus reward. Like either you go to the back of the map and only get one strike, and your aircraft don't have as much impact throughout the battle, or you sail into the battle and risk being
Yep.
spotted and shot, but give your aircraft more purpose.
Yep. Risk versus reward.
Yep.
Now we've got the entire chat suggesting collaborations.
We can't contribute to this discussion,
Yep.
and it's killing me because I'm like.
Oh, need to change it to.
People want a Gundam collab. We have a Gundam collab. You can get Optimus Prime next week. Is it next week that they could?
It is,
yeah. You have Gundam collab next week. So I have a running joke of calling everything that isn't Gundam Gundam, like
Yep.
the Power Rangers mech, like Pacific Rim, with the Transformers.
Hello there, Shredder. Strike on the Shredder. Shown here. I am not a very good carrier player, so I don't expect to do that amazingly well. But we'll see. Legendary tier AA can still, yeah, it can still rip pretty well.
Don't pull a final boss blip. Avoid airships. Friesland is in my spawn. I can't do much about it.
I wouldn't consider a Schroeder an AA ship, or even Lucian for that matter. But that's a big AA bubble all of a sudden. So. You want to hide this large Lucian, you're going to try have to dodge a torpedo. Oh, no, no. I am a potato. Hit the island with the torpedoes. Oh my god. I very rarely play carriers.
I was able to get that shot without being spotted. Why? I don't know if it's the cold. That might be huge. Oh, that was huge. Oh.
Let's try and hit the Republic. He's in a line right now.
Sure, it is kind of creeping up.
Guys, survive long enough. I think it's the Republic AA that's the one I should go with. It's still good hits.
Oh, what just shot me? Took a big portion of my health.
Autopilot mode enabled.
The other side is not doing well.
Yeah, and like I don't know, we just have a bunch of stuff on this side of the map that's behind one rock.
Yep.
Like I don't have a shot on anyone on this side. Final boss left the wargaming fleet. I I bounce in and out of the wargaming fleet quite regularly, to be honest. I'll sometimes join player fleets and say hello, and you know. And I currently have a fleet called Charles Hughes GG or something like that. Ready for fleet battles. Come on, channel fleet battles with Charles Hughes.
I think that's going to be a good hit. Yup. Big hit.
Fighter airborne.
Oh, Conqueror. Final boss is a wandering soul. I mean, I was in the Femboy Haven fleet for a weekend recently as part of the ongoing Discord gag where we all had questionable anime profile pictures. I'm in Charles Hughes. I'm a player at heart. I like to meme and joke around, interact.
I don't care if that's an AA
I would
bubble-
not say
bubble.
that out loud. Yeah, so in the Discord we all had anime profile pictures, and I had Astfollow from
Astolfo, yeah.
Astolfo, yeah. And because I had Astolfo as my profile picture, I got a fleet invite to join Femboy Haven. So I thought it'd be funny, so I completed the joke and I joined Femboy Haven.
Boy went now?
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
I was in it for a weekend and I left. Yeah. I'm getting clipped now, that's it. Caught in 3,000k.
This group back here behind A is just like really holding it down.
Misplayed.
Try and get rid of the traders.
Sounds like you're in fleet cooldown more than the fleet. I mean, fleet cooldown is only 60 seconds, so. Imagine when you are drinking. This is why I don't drink on stream. Even when I'm sober, I can be a bit unhinged sometimes. That's a lot of tops. Have I been shimmered? Oh, dude. That's poetic almost.
Yeah. Oh, you got Lu Xun.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was getting cross-topped. Yeah. Wait, no 3-day cooldown anymore? No, it's only 60 seconds now, I believe. We changed it ages ago. It was 3 days for like an update or two or a couple updates, and then, you know, we had the issue where people were getting kicked. When they joined the fleet, they would get kicked, and then they were just like stuck for 3 days. So we made it 60 seconds. I think the plan is in the future to have it at 60 seconds, and then when like fleet battles as soon as it starts, we bump it up again to 3 days or something. But right now it's 60 seconds, so I've been bouncing around and making full use of it.
Over there.
I mean, I think it's 60 seconds. Don't quote me. I'll check right now. I mean, whatever. Let me just. I'll disband my fleet and we'll check. I'm the only one in here right now. Anyway, I was going to invite people. But I'll wait until Philip has finished his game, and then we will disband C Huge and see what the cooldown is.
Hello there, Z52. Fancy meeting you here. Now, draw attention to yourself.
What was that in my game? Do you like playing battleships? Rate 1 to 5. Okay, so this is something new that we're developing. It's not really gathering feedback as such right now. It's more of a technical test. So, despite contrary belief, we do listen to feedback a lot, and it does fuel a lot of our changes. But what we found is predominantly only like the vocal hardcore players ever really interact with us by joining our Discord or following our socials or by messaging our community team. You are immediately in like the 1%, like the vocal minority. Most of our player base never engage with us in any way, shape or form. So we want to expand the ways we gather feedback and to reach a wider audience. And we're currently experimenting with the idea of having like not a feedback form, but questions that will occasionally come up based on your experience, where you can prompt like intuitively in game whether you like something or dislike something, and it's another avenue for us to gather feedback to fuel changes to try and make the game better for everyone, really. So you might, after a good game, get a pop-up, or you, in general, just you might have a game in a cruiser, and after that game it'll say, hey, rate it 1 to 5 stars, how did you enjoy this game, or how did you enjoy that shit. And I mean, you may see more of it in the future, you may never see it again, it's just a technical test. But it will open more avenues to us, which I think is a good thing. I think you can never really go too far when it comes to trying to see if people are enjoying the game.
Eliminate the solution. I can't. I'll take it.
So basically, in short, in-game surveys. Not a survey. Like, you got to realize that whenever you put like a full survey with like 20 questions in, no one will complete it because it's too long, it's boring. People who just want to play the game, they just want to boot up, sink some ships. But when you have like one question that's just a pop-up with a scroller, and it's like, rate 1 to 5 stars how that game went, or rate 1 to 5 stars how you like this. They'll do it quickly and then they'll carry on, right? Yep. And it's kind of experimenting the idea of very short, quickly completable questions, you know, in between things to try and to gather input. So I'm going to quickly dismantle my Sea Huge fleet, and we'll see what the cooldown is, just for the sake of. So I'm the only person in this fleet. I'm fleet commander of Charles Hughes Easy. I have to disband the fleet and preferences. Okay. I can't even remember where this is. Edit fleet. Yeah. Settings. Disband fleet. So I've disbanded it. And yeah, 60 seconds. 57 seconds remaining, and then I can join or create a new fleet. 53 seconds from now.
Nope.
So don't be afraid to jump around and, you know, or to join fleets, or, you know, have fun. So what are we playing now, Mr. Blip?
I have no idea. What are you feeling?
I'll play a Hack-You game or a midway game or something.
I want to play Venezia then.
Sure.
I want to get the ACP slap.
Sap slap.
Sap slap.
Sap slap. Sure.
Can you use the same name once it's been used before? There is a cooldown on that, so I think there's 30 to. It's either 30 days or like 60 days or something like this. Before that way, before the name is made available again.
Message board for fleets. Okay, so this is something like we've been discussing internally, like full disclosure. Like we've been discussing like the odds of allowing people to have like a message board or a fleet board or a billboard or something. Problem with it is, which is the key problem, is it's user generated content, which, you know, we have an obligation to maintain and manage and make sure there's nothing offensive there or whatnot, which is why we have like in-game reporting features for fleet names. You would be surprised how many fleet names there are that we've caught that are completely inappropriate, referencing historical events or historical individuals or groups of people, you know. So it's a constant ongoing battle, and we're talking like it's a lot. So user-generated content is a force to be reckoned with. It's an ongoing battle for us. So I don't have a definite answer for you right now, I'm afraid.
Yep. Have you tried using Artistic Hold on Venezia? I think I have one or two live streams. I might actually have it still on it.
Yeah, this player base would be posting offensive stuff left and right, I understand. The amount of times I've seen the word semen is more than I'm comfortable with. Like already. Oh, we should have said that on stream.
No.
Oh well. People can get quite feet.
Life finds a way.
Yeah. Oops. I'm sorry. It's like, wow, crazy. HR want to hear my really funny joke. I don't know what to move up. I feel like...
There you go, Mato.
Yeah, I don't really have like a safe place to move to with my carrier right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, at the start of the game, you're probably going to have to wait a little bit to find one of those places. Ooh. Yamato, nice little love touch across the map. Classic Yamato things.
No further community.
Oh, see, that's an interesting name. Our Minotaur is named as Loadmaster C5A, which the C5 is the largest cargo plane in the U.S. Air Force. Fun fact about it, you can theoretically air launch a Minuteman III missile from a C5 Galaxy, which is, you know, why would you ever need to do that? I have no idea, but you can do it.
DFAA is not a permanent fire now. Yes, it is. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I really want to push up to these islands on sea, but like the Ohio is.
Yeah, he's not playing for that nice right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can help you with this Ohio because I want to have that area to push into.
Oh, there's a destroyer here as well, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, maybe not a destroyer. That's probably the Ohio capturing actually.
Yeah, it is. There's a cruiser. I could have done another strike off, but I was like, I'm just strike. Yeah, there we go. Now we can start pushing back in.
Are those supposed to be Kates? No. Hakirya's planes are a variation of. Actually, it says Nakajima J5N. So Kate is the P5N. Hello, Minotaur. How you doing?
I'm gonna deploy a quick spread and then just try and force him to broadside you or something. Yeah, there you go.
I gotta load.
He's either gonna have to turn away, he's gonna broadside you. He's got no choice here.
Yep. He's gonna be launching corpse if he hasn't already. But I think he has already. Stop!
You got him?
Yeah.
Oh, my tops are so well lined up as well.
Octuple Citadel. 8 Citadels, let's go.
Yeah, I was trying to force him to broadside you so you could shoot him, but I also wanted to get at least one top. You could have shared the damage a bit.
No, I don't think I will.
There's a destroyer somewhere over here by B. It's probably sailing towards us. Oh, well, there is a cruiser between me and there, so buffer down, maybe. Yeah, my toes at the back of the map, just kind of on his own, so I'd love to get a good shot.
Oh, I've made a grave error.
Is that permanent flooding? If not, I'm going to go set a fire in.
Please tell me that's just blind fire and he's gonna miss. Please tell me.
You're lucky.
Yep. He's gonna push me out of sea. I cannot get this capture off probably.
Good bomb drop. Circle around. There's a Lucian here. But hey, what is that? Oh, that's a Brisbane, no wonder. No. Yeah, no. Like, I have enough aircraft to completely just... I think I can quite comfortably just strike him over and over again now. shot. I really want to get a perma flooding and I'm trying, but is that a permanent one? Yeah, I got a perma. No, he put it out.
Yeah. CDs feel way overpowered. Yeah, we'll be keeping a very close eye on how CDs are doing throughout the update, coming up and trying to come up with solutions on how to address those. Some CVs are probably going to be better and worse than others, so the changes will probably have to be more nuanced rather than global like this first iteration was. Of course, there was the first wave of issue balance for this carrier rework re-envisioning, so which implies necessarily that there will be future updates coming. Spotted.
Is that Yamato dead yet? I left him
No.
pretty weak. No? I really don't want to waste the top squadron on one hit.
You can hit the Brisbane window for him. Boy. Try this solution. Okay.
Might have the Brisbane, I don't know. Let's see. Maybe not. We dodged them. Ugh. Brisbane turns really well.
Yep.
Yamato dead? He is dead.
No, I'm sorry. Sonar detected.
Alright, Brisbane, I have a full squadron. You have good AA, DFAA probably, but it's fine. I have lots of planes I'm willing to burn here. Although I completely whiffed the first drop. Dropped too early.
Come on, machine. Oh, nope.
Say I'm willing to burn lots of planes, that's exactly what I do when I don't get hit. I always forget sometimes how slow the aircraft travel when they're diving, so I'll begin the dive way too early and they just sail away. Yeah. Is there a good place to give CV feedback and thoughts? Absolutely. Like in our Discord.
Yeah, our Discord has a feedback channel for whichever language you prefer, of our supported languages, and so that will be the best place to put your feedback and thoughts on them. But of course, keep it civilized and respectful. Of course, anytime that we make large changes of any kind, people might have very emotional feelings about them, but please keep it civilized and to the point so that we can capture your thoughts on it best and deliver that to our... is it just World of Warships Legends Discord? Yes. There is an official Discord. There's a few other Discords as well. When you're looking for the World of Warships Legends Discord.
Yeah. Just Oz Destroyer came out. I'm dead. Got me, I think. Yeah, he's full health. Solution.
Murray is Canadian, but he's a Dewey, not Destroyer specific. Yes, but there is no plans to make Murray Destroyer specific because we need to have a generalist for Commonwealth. So, but he's pretty good, honestly, when it comes to a specific commander for Destroyer. So you're only really missing out on the row 3 abilities.
5 seconds. What is that doing? It looks like they're shooting. I don't think much stuff.
Was Artas buffed incidentally? I'm not sure what you mean by incidentally, but...
He was buffed.
But Artas was buffed, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Planes all the time.
Yeah. Artas is in a funny position where, like, he is exceptionally strong in very certain situations, like 1v1 brawls. Or just like 1v1, almost any 1v1 scenario, Artas is very, very strong. But overall, in general, he's more of a meme build for most ships. So
I think the buff, because it only really affects the penalty of the duration for the catapult fighter. So on some battleships, if you're quick enough, you might get an extra salvo off. But I think predominantly this will affect like heavy cruisers that run Arthas, because you can run it when you're playing heavy cruisers. They'll get maybe a salvo or two extra, which will be
Yep.
huge.
Let's see. Where do we go now? Hmm.
What tier do you want to play?
I'll do a 2/7 carrier. I'll grab Shokaku. Oh, do I have the Halloween camo? Which one do I want though? Purple or green? Go purple. Yeah, he's a mean build, but Artis does make your damage build more fun. Absolutely correct. I wouldn't say he's like super effective in any way, but he is a lot of fun. Legends, what did you think of the USS Ronald Reagan being harbored at New York? I'm not sure why you're asking that, because Ronald Reagan is currently in the Pacific, as far as I'm aware. So Ronald Reagan probably would be in New York, you know, sometime in history. But Ronald Reagan is currently the carrier that's forward deployed, I guess you would say, to Japan, and normally stays around there. Yeah. First flip, your right arm tattoo is see-through whenever you hold it up to the background.
Green screen.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
because it's green
It
tattoo.
is somewhat see-through. I think it's cool. But yeah, I've got green, gold, and blue on it. This is my left arm, but the cameras are mirrored. So,
Will there be a World of Warships Legends modern ships? Unlikely.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Every time we seem to forget this, every time.
Yep. We're not used to it, though.
Love me, Kansas. Florida,
I've got the very edge of the green screen on my camera right now, actually. Oops.
Once I die, I'll move the camera a
No,
little
it's
bit.
okay. Brandenburg, Friedrich, Wichita, Sejong. Sejong would be a decent one.
Florida buff anytime soon? Planned.
Yeah. We're aware of Florida in general. And so she's on the list of ships that we would like to see changes to. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen anytime soon. Because right now the focus is going to be on carriers for the next few updates.
Oh, there's no Warfare AC Atlantic training carry.
We had Fleet Week in New York, so Reagan was probably there, maybe, but at least as of last Monday, she was in the middle, or kind of in the middle of the Western Pacific. So actually checked that on Fleet Shaco this weekend. What do you do on the weekend for fun? I watch where the U.S. Navy is.
I know I'm hugging you, I'm sorry. I'm using a carry from AA right now.
That's okay. What is it going to do to me? Oh, that's a nice effect.
Just make it a bit more difficult for the carrier to strike me.
She did come home on May 16th for 400 soldiers. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's probably the first time Reagan's been home in years. So that's cool. So I guess on Monday she was underway to make it over there. Oh, well, May 16th would be a couple weeks ago, so she might be on her way back right now.
Pushing right now, you might get into a spotting range. See if I can shoot.
Working on the Brandenburg.
singing.
Yep.
I sung one verse. 2.5 hours.
One of my favorite songs right now. Sorry.
敵艦隊が優勢勝負はここから
I like right now my free real estate in terms of music is taken up by Dancing in the Moonlight and Emotion Engine
敵艦
隊
From
が
yeah.
from Night Runners. Yeah,
勝負はここから
it is. I can't wait for the R34.
Sounds so good.
Yep.
Sorry guys, we're off topic.
Yep. Does Arkansas get a D-Day camo? No.
自立航行モードフライ航艦を艦長に流す
When do you think rental carriers are coming back to the sort? So there's a technical issue affecting the legendary tier carrier rentals. And so once that technical issue is resolved, then I can see her coming back. But that might take a little while before that happens.
Yeah.
And you get a fire. And you get a fire.
This is where airstrike is super useful because I just strike behind man. Carpet bomb the whole corner. Like Arthur Sim, Tier 7, he's probably going to return fire and thunder cut me. Do that, that hurt a little bit.
Let me see if I can help you with them.
I'm going to go down. It's my final message from being crossfired by like what?
I believe.
My final message. Got 61,000 damage though. Nice.
敵艦隊が優勢
Yeah, down tier 7 in a tier 8 game. All the tier 8 battleships go LG.
Why it hurt so much? Oh, so we got the bow. Oh, no floodings. Come on. You could have given it to me. Ow. Flooding, or the FTG had DCP ready, so I'm going to die. This is my final message.
敵艦隊の勝利が目前
Need a torpedo.
私たちはまだ負けてない敵艦隊の勝利が目前けど私たちはまだ負けてない
Can I get both the FDG and the Wichita? Let's see. Double strike? Double strike?
敵艦君の艦艇ならこれくらい当然のこと
Not enough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a one hit.
Maybe. It might be what you need.
Yeah! Let's
It's
go.
not
Not a
double
double
though,
strike, but
but
we'll take
yeah.
it.
There's 2 flesh moons
次の
though.
目標索敵開始
Please.
Let's see it. Oh
Come
no,
on.
that's going right in the right direction, but he's probably fast enough to escape it. Yes! We got it!
Just the tip. Right on the nose. Yep.
Unfortunate. What's the percent chance of torps causing flooding? That depends.
Well, it depends on, yeah.
Yeah.
Warship or
So,
carrier.
well, it depends on mainly your torpedo and your enemy's torpedo defense, and whether or not you hit that torpedo defense. Generally speaking, torpedoes that have more damage will usually have a higher flooding chance.
I know, like, pan-European destroyers have low damage and high flooding chance. The only exception is Jaeger, which has low damage and low flooding chance. But that's
Yeah.
because it just has, like, the ability to completely flood the water with
With
so
all of
many
the torpedoes.
Yeah.
Hide again?
Yeah, we can.
Do you want to play it instead of me or
I'll play Graf Zeppelin, the fast planes or something.
speed?
Yeah. Oh, what do I want to play? Oh, Possible? No. Yeah, we'll do Graf Zeppelin. Oh, I got the milestone screen jump scare. There we go.
Yeah, like Babita. 3-hour stream? Oh yeah, it is. It is 7 right now.
Oh,
We
okay.
just kind of got carried away.
Oh, we're caught in it. Yeah, so we're stuck in the game now. Well, this will be our last game then.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's
People are asking about the skip bombs. So yeah, skip bombs have been adjusted to where they require you to bounce them once. So you can,
Unfortunately, you can't be funny and just drop them all directly on a DD anymore and strip it of all its main battery, all its AA, and just like make it a
Yeah.
floating hull.
I see it as a productive change overall.
Yeah, it is. It's just me being biased towards not liking Japanese destroyers. And when you're playing Pabetta or Serov and
Just-
stripping a Japanese
just play-
DD of its top tube.
Just
it's like,
play Venezia. This is the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah. Venezia is my new copium. Okay. Super duper fast junkers. The skip bomb change is a positive one. Yeah, I mean, you can't really say it's a bad thing. It helps DDs significantly that we're just getting. Because the problem is, right, when you're dive bombing, right, there's like a dispersion circle. There's like an area where the bombs can land, right? They can either miss or hit the target. But with the bouncing bombs, it wasn't an ellipsoid. It was a line.
Yep.
And those bombs would land on that line. So you basically had like a 100% accuracy straight line bomb that you could just drop adjacent along a DD and land like all the bombs basically and just strip it.
Yep.
It was not a great thing or a healthy thing to have in the game. So I count it as a nerf. It was so I mean, it was a nerf.
Yeah.
No one's denying it wasn't a nerf. And yeah, I mean, it was satisfying to kill torpedo boats, but not so satisfying if you're playing the torpedo boat and you're just getting stripped by one drop of a carrier. It was,
Yeah. There are many things in life that can be satisfying and not healthy.
yeah. My Monster Energy addiction is definitely one of those things.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a torpedo destroyer somewhere towards the middle of the map. And he smoked up. Oh. Oh. Should not have done that.
I think one of the BBs just get down, Mr. President, a bunch of my torps because he didn't allow him to arm. That's clever. Oh, AA is rough.
Yeah, coffee is my addiction. Yeah, same here.
Oh, there's a Jean Fart in the middle. No.
Oh no. Oh no. That is
Where-
unfortunate.
Where did he come from? He's got
hello.
he's got a perfect shot on me as well.
C-23.
Oh, he's shooting me. No. Oh no. no. Yeah, the Jean Bat's gonna kill me. He's just nose in the middle. Can't get away from that. I did not expect him to come through the middle like that.
Sonar detected, and I beached myself because I was too busy looking at where I was shooting and not where I was going.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I was pushing up to the islands to get close to the battle and take cover behind the island, and this John Baez just straight
I
down the
do
middle.
admit because I beached myself like an idiot in front of a radar or sonar destroyer.
Jean Fart, lol. It's a stinky strong ship. Jean Fart. Yeah, that's me done. Alright,
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah. Hi, since Chinese is a supported language in the game now, can you add a Chinese section to the Discord server?
We don't have anyone to moderate it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. So we don't have any, to be more specifically, we don't have any like community managers
Yeah.
that understand Chinese intimately, and in order to moderate it and keep track of it. So unfortunately, that's going to be a no at this time, at least. Yeah. So I think that's everything for today. Thank you for joining us, everything. We Bliff hasn't learned Mandarin yet. I took 3 years of German and I haven't even learned German yet. So
I've lived in the Czech Republic for 2.5 years, and I know how to order a beer, and that's it. So
priorities. So anyway, thank you for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoy the update, and give us plenty of feedback. Of course, please be civilized, and keep your feedback clear and
concise.
clear, concise, but also don't tell us, hey, I think this sucks. Tell us why you think it is, and that will help us immensely in the future. So thank you for coming and watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there and have a great time.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
I need intelligence data.